scored a goal, and I'd run off and I'd be raising my hand and visualizing a arena full of fans. You know, that's something I'd done as a kid out on my own. I like just running around kicking the ball. So I always had these visions of something, but I just didn't know what it was. So then I suppose when I came to these events, and I started training and then came to an event, I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. I've been listening to laughter all my career. Yeah. I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. They've been laughing. What? An Irishman win a Cage Warriors world title? Hell no. You serious? An Irishman? An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laughs all around. Okay, you gotta win. Now he wants to win a world title? Hell no, he's all talk, he's all hype, he's a joke. Laughter all around at the Joker. Then the Joker goes and wins the world title. Now he wants to win a second world title. More laughter. Listen, I don't know, man. The sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me. So I'm enjoying that. I seek that. I don't feel no doubt or I don't feel that going to fight in any of these other UFC bums right now. They can rise up. Right now they're down there. I've got this situation where people are truly doubting me like they doubted me at the very, very beginning. And that's motivating for me. That's what's going to drive me to the gym when I need to go to the gym. No, I don't like thinking too far ahead. People set like goals, long distance goals, and that's too much for me. I already feel like I'm living it. And then I just carry on doing that, carry on day by day, already living the final goal, the goal of being a world champion. I already carry myself like I'm a world champion. I already speak like I'm a world champion. And that's it. I just carry on.
Good afternoon.
Day by day. So I'll take it as it comes. I truly
We'll take it as it comes.
As human beings, if we are obsessed with something and we truly pursue our passion with everything we have, regardless of
even if it gets messy, it doesn't matter. We're here.
Work hard, put in the time, you will succeed. Key to living the law of attraction.
Shout out to everybody who's ever subbed to this channel.
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it. I see these shots. I see these sequences and I don't shy away from them. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. If you truly believe, become vocal with it. You are creating that law of attraction and it will become reality. I've had some good conversations with people and then you know, the most important, you've got to have those internal conversations because if you can't tell yourself, then no one can tell you. So, I'm grateful for the path that I've been on. Truly, it's been a phenomenal path, and I'm very, very thankful. I'm very, very excited to be back. Because if you live in the future, you're anxious. If you live in the past, you're depressed. If you live in the now, you're happy. What makes you such a good fighter? I don't know, I'm just curious about it. It's never, I mean, it's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can do. I don't think about nothing else. If that's it, I'm just curiously fascinated with it. I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do it. Fine. You know what I mean? And that is why, you know what I mean? To be true, all you've got to do is show up. Is that not unhealthy? I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day, every day of your life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a... You know what I mean? That's unhealthy. That beats your mind. I don't work. I love what I do. And that's why I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? That's why it's become a career for me, because I love it. I love what I do. So, I don't think it's unhealthy. I feel good in my mind. I mean, it's my life. I'm enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Nobody works harder than me inside the octagon, outside the octagon. I am a workhorse. So I'm going to enjoy the benefits of this life. I'm going to get myself a big mansion in Las Vegas. I'm going to get the soft top cars. I'm going to bring my whole team out. I'm going to spoil them and give them this life. Big steaks that size. We're eating every single night each. We're eating good. We're living good. it's human nature. Some people will sit and take positivity from that. They will look at that and take inspiration and inspire. It will inspire them to go and push for that. Others will shell up and critique it and be negative towards it. But one thing is sure, those people will stay where they are. The people who take inspiration from it will rise up and also one day experience that life. So this is human nature. Some go one way, some go the other way. But I am enjoying my money, my hard-earned money that I have dedicated my life to. I was always getting pestered. What are you doing with your life? You're doing this, doing that. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know what MMA was. They didn't know what none of this. They were making a career out of it. As far as they were concerned, my man Dan talking about. As far as they were concerned, I was just getting into a cage and fighting with some other guy. They didn't know nothing about it. No one did really, but I knew. You know what I mean? I knew. But and then I ended up getting a trade just to keep them quiet. So I used to have a lot of fights with me dad. What trade did you get? I ended up getting a trade as a plumber. Literally up in the back arse of nowhere up in the Wicklow Mountains. And funny enough, that site was one of the biggest sites in Europe. Kilturnan, it was right at that skiing place. Huge, and now it's just abandoned. Now it's just deserted. So I used to go up there 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was on that M50. I used to have to walk to the N4. About half an hour from my house, wait for some Limerick guy that I didn't even know. He'd drive on the M4 and I had to flag him down. Nightmare, yeah. 2 hours down on the M50, 2 hours back. Usually 14-hour days, and I was the first year, so I had to go and do everything. I had to go to the shop. I had to go and get this and get that. So I always had trouble with that, and I was like, this isn't for me. This is not for me. How long did you last? I lasted 18 months. It was tough, you know. It wasn't a life for me, you know what I mean? And then John said, because I was training with John as well at the time, and then John got in touch and says, I have a show, I'm on a show, I'd like to fight on it. And then that was it. I just packed it in, didn't show up. My dad used to come in and punch the head on me and like try and drag me out of bed, and I just wouldn't go.
Good afternoon.
For a good few years.
How are you doing?
And that was it. I just packed it in, quit, and then focused on training. I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get here. They didn't. It was a lot of stressful years. You know what I mean? A lot of tough times. But I proved them wrong. I proved myself right. I cannot put one thing on it. I just love this life that I have created. I love this business. I enjoy work. I don't want to be anywhere else but here. So every day I am enjoying myself. I wake up every day, I pinch myself. You want to see the room I'm sleeping in, you want to see the bed I'm sleeping in, you want to see the home that I'm living in.
Hello,
there's
brother.
An elevator in the home.
I hope you're
so
good.
I'm on the third floor and I go out, click the button,
Salam
and I go from
alaikum.
the third floor to the first floor. I open up the elevator and I go and eat some
Hey,
breakfast.
Andrew.
And then we go stretch out in the sun.
Hello, Hassan.
Pool, it's jacuzzi. Look, I'm just enjoying the fruits of my hard work. Gratitude is one of the most strongest forms of power in attracting
tomorrow.
You know, if you truly feel grateful for the things in your life, I always felt grateful for even the small things. I always used to celebrate the small things.
Yeah.
Now I might be celebrating the big
That's
things.
the Conor McGregor I love. Not the one today we see.
I would celebrate and I would feel grateful for it. And it just...
He was more hungry back then. And he got more money than any of us will ever earn in our entire lifetime, times 10. He's a very rich man and he's got an addictive personality, and I can't turn around and say if I was a millionaire I wouldn't have liquid cocaine. Right, that doesn't work. All I'll say is, it's like, listen, I fell in love with the Conor McGregor that fought Jose Aldo, okay? Just like the rest of the nation and the world. You know, I loved Conor. And then cocaine become an issue. And, you know, I lost all respect for him. You know, just because he's Irish, he's a rapist. You know. If he hadn't got his money and all here, do you think people would still blow his trumpet? As a man, I don't respect him. I used to. When he beat Jose Aldo, that's the Conor I respected. But the Conor that fought Habib, hell no. Habib's father did nothing on him. Islam did nothing on Conor. Do you understand? They start saying, listen, your wife has a beard and she wears a balaclava. You can't say shit like that to Muslim people. You can't say motherfucker or you're going to have a problem. You know, it's like, I don't respect anybody's religion, especially Islam, because Islam Makhachev is my favourite fighter in the UFC. Before Islam, it was Habib. Before Habib, it was Conor. Before it was Conor, it was GSP. Before it was GSP, it was Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Ken Shamrock, you know, Rampage Jackson. Do you understand? These fighters elevated their sport. I love football, but here, there is no one in their circle that knows more about UFC than me. Try me. Go on, try me. Anybody. You see, boxing and UFC, I love more than football. 155 is my favourite division. Tonight, we have Drickus. He's fighting Hamzat Chimaev. Tonight, we are going to see a new champion from Sweden, a Muslim man named Hamzat Chimaev. Alhamdulillah, brother, you win. Inshallah, tonight you are going to be crowned. And may Allah give you strength, wealth, and health. Shout out to Hamzat Chimaev and the new watch. Tonight, he's going to be him. He's going to send them back to Australia. Or South Africa, my bad. Hamzat will maul him. First round stoppage, submission, watch. Bro, listen, let me tell you a fact. The guy wasn't a pensioner. He was in his 40s. Right? I know people say he was an old man. I don't respect Conor McGregor anymore. The Conor McGregor that fought Jose Aldo, I loved. But the one we see today, I don't like. You know why? See, his missus put her dreams on hold to support a man. And he got to the top and look the way he treats her. You know, if that was my fucking missus, mate. Wow. You know what I mean? Oh, good luck. Salam alaikum, brother. How's it going? Yeah, shout out to Muhammad and peace be on him. Peace. Hang on, wait. Yeah, shout out to Muhammad. What? Peace be upon him. Anyway, let's get that out of the way. That's the pleasantries, right? What score are you going with Arsenal and Man United tomorrow? And who are you going with in UFC tonight between Hamzat Chimaev and my man from South Africa, Drickus? Shout out to Sean Strickland. Big fan. I think Hamzat is going to win in the first round submission. As soon as he gets his back, he's fucked. You know, I like Hamzat Chimaev. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? And the one thing about Islam, it gives you discipline. Religion gives you discipline. What are you laughing at? Fuck off. It's just gel, bro. You know, that's all. With a bit of extra water, bro. Right, so a scrape of gel in your hand, right? Turn your hot tap on and just have a little bit of water. What I do is I put it in me hair and then I'll put a bit of water in it, a small bit. A bit of shampoo and conditioner as well before you do it. And your hair be soft like mine. Like me hair, yeah, it's soft. I don't know, bro, just gel. I don't give a fuck. I don't look, you know, the cheap one in Boots. Yeah. It doesn't matter what gel you use, you fucking head case. You know, as long as it's not camel cum. You know, I believe in certain countries, camel cum and hot water is a trend. Yeah, shout out to all the goat fuckers. Imagine being convicted of riding a goat. Hey, that's it. Every time you go past, you go, nah, me mammy. I'm from me mother. Where am I from? I'll tell you where I'm from. I'm from Ireland, but seeing as you mention it, I'm from here. This is where I'm from.
And I said, welcome to the hood, welcome to the hood, welcome to the place where nothing ever ends up good. And they say they give you disgrace if you can't find yourself a job. Around here there's either been a drought or then there's been a flood. No one ever built an ark for anybody from the block. Man are trying to ring the heavens, but God never gets in touch. For certain people it's a must to come across as tough, cause you don't want to be a victim when Beretta start to bust. So I say, welcome to the hood, welcome to the hood, when no one teaches you to love, because we're all products of lust. We learn to tell a lie before we even learn to trust, and then we see our people die as if the sorrow ain't enough. So-and-so killed so-and-so, I struggle to keep up. A victim of knife crime, they hit him in the lung. The press are making articles expressing their disgust, but where there's no opportunity, survival is a must. So I say, welcome to the hood, welcome to the hood, where boredom leads to depression, depression leads to drugs, and drugs numb the pain of all the fucked up stuff that you have to see when you're forced into growing up. Nobody's responsible, everybody's corrupt, and school's a waste of time, cause we're learning our books. And when you're academic, you get taken for a monk, and mathematics won't help when you're in a puddle of blood. So I say, welcome to the hood, welcome to the hood. It's like the only thing that ever sells is the dust. We try and keep it clean, but the stress builds up, and it was all a dream until Biggie got shot. Welcome to the place that I call home. Be careful, it don't turn your heart to stone. Welcome to the world I'm battling. You live or you die, you lose or you win. And I say, welcome to the hood, welcome to the hood. The person they call mental health is the person that we call more. We either don't have
You
a
don't
gun,
have to be a soldier here to hold a gun.
You don't have to be a soldier here to hold a gun and watch other people suffer.
Shout out to Scotland, Glasgow, blue or green.
At least that's what your mother.
Do you like football? Hey, it's very rough in Glasgow, isn't it? I'll tell you what, see, Glasgow is a very tough city, man. The Scottish are tough. You know, they're proven tough. The Irish are tough. The English are tough. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from. There's always someone rougher and tougher and buffer. And if need be, you will suffer. And shout out to the UFC and Bruce Buffer. Shout out to Hamzat Chimaev. He's going to be crowned champion tonight. He's going to take the belt from South Africa. And fucking shout out to Hamzat Chimaev. Alhamdulillah, you win tonight, brother. And inshallah, may Allah bless you with health, strength, wealth. Yeah. And tonight, your life like a poker game. Dealt. And new. Hamzat Chimaev is going to win tonight against that South African guy they call Drickers, Triple D. Yeah, Dick. Do you like football, Horst? I like football. I love it. This is where I'm from, watch. Shout out to Willie Melly. Hey, Finn. Whoopah. Now. Now, I'm going to play some of my music. Finn, I'm 20 minutes into me live. Me Wi-Fi kept going. Oh, Finn, I had a great night last night. And they tried to get me to drink alcohol. And I didn't. I refused. You know. They tried to turn me into a bowsy last night. You want to see the liquor that was there? Vodka, fucking this, that. Shout out to you and Jade. Shout out to Mr. Outs and his missus. Shout out to Jerry, your bollocks. Shout out to Pablo, Finn, Mouchy, Sean Wayne, Lee Marvin, Hitchman, Jono, Doc, Jordan, Donny, Jay, Spencer, Scott all the way in Australia. Finn. Hey, Finn, I got something wrong again. I keep forgetting things, bro. Fuck it, I'm just going to bring this forward. Finn, me and you are in a relay, right? And I'm third running, right? Pablo starts the race. Pablo's on his toes. He runs about 200 meters and passes the baton to Chopper. Chopper passes the baton to me. I can see Ireland flags everywhere, bro. People are cheering you. I come around the corner, I'm looking at you and you're running, and I hand you the baton, bro. You know, you're the next generation on here, and so is Fable, right? Whether I like it or whether I don't. I do like it, in fact. I just thought he fell out with me, but he didn't, so we're good. His numbers are scary, Finn. Like, no disrespect to Fable and all, but I wanted you to get to 1,000 first. You know, and that's not me being spiteful, because at the time, I didn't know Fable, did I? You introduced me to him. And he's worked so hard on his channel because his numbers are fucking deadly. But Finn, I don't know why your numbers aren't like that. Do you understand? It's mad. It's like, and there's two people I'd like to see get to 1,000, and it's Finn and it's Pablo. Like, you know, fair play to Fable for what he did. I believe he's got a good channel, and I'm just glad he's not fell out with me, because I think he's a good kid. And Finn, listen to me, right? Bro, sometimes I get it wrong, Finn. You know what I mean? And he's never did anything on me. you know. So, hey, Hayden. So I thought he'd fell out with me because it bothered me. I was like, I wouldn't like to fall out with him because I can see his growth and I know I can help him. It's like, Finn, when you get to 1,000 on my list, I'm scribbling your name off. It's a thing I do. Now, it's like every time anybody I've been associated with, whether it be Solway, whether it be fucking whoever, I've crossed their names off the list because they've gone past 1,000. And when you get past 1,000, I'll scribble your name off. It's a thing I do. Because once you get to 1,000 subs, you're an established content creator. Even when you get to 100 subs, that's where the work begins. It's like, and you have to do a lot of shit to get content, right? So, me, at the start of my channel, I started this channel, Finn, over 2 years ago, right? Well, that's brilliant. So that means that you are 349 subs away. And guys, if you're watching this live now, this afternoon, tonight, whenever, if you're not sub to Finn there, can you give him a fucking sub? He's one of the dubs. I'll vouch for Finn all day, even if he fucks up, because I fuck up a few times, and I've had to apologise for it. You know, poor Fable, he did nothing on me, and some wanker, I'm not going to say his name, Rob, I'm not going to say his name, I'm not going to say his name, but somebody put a thing in me head, and I believed it, because I was like, there's no fucking way, but I was wrong. You know, like this fella has managed to learn you how to play the guitar, and I was over the moon for that, because this is what I'm talking about, networking, Finn. That's what you're doing. So you have a channel, someone connects with you, you give them your number, your Instagram, and you're like, you know what I mean? And then it's sad when people fall out. And Finn, see me, I get it wrong a lot recently. I've been getting a lot of things wrong. And I've had to apologise for it. It's like, in all fairness, Finn, I'm just tired of being tired. Does that make sense? Even though I take meds, bro, I'm tormented when my eyes are shut. You know, some of the dreams I have, I'm not going into it, but, you know, it's side effects of the medications are killing me, bro, slowly. Like, you know, I have a target to hit, and I just want to hit my target. But Finn, do you know anything about TikTok? I have an idea, but I need your help with it. If I open my TikTok, right, check this out, Finn. On this channel, I've made 5,400 videos, right? On Monday, I'm going to go and get Lisa to upload all my content onto TikTok. I'm going to open up an account. I'm going to bring a few people on. It's like every day, I'm going to post every video I've made on this fucking channel. I've not charged anybody, Finn, not a penny on here. I don't ask people for anything. And there's somebody on here, I'm not going to say his name, right? But Finn, I don't ask people for anything. And there's some good people, like I said, like yourself. Like when I got that vape pen, I thought Lena had sent it. I didn't even realise, you know. But it's like there's only certain people, bro, I'll give numbers to, I'll give me address to, you know. And like I said, it's like a relay. I look at you, when it comes to people in the Irish community, I have to help them. But whether you're from the Scottish or English community, combined together as a collective of people, whether you're from Scotland, England, fucking Wales, wherever, whether you're Catholic, Protestant, I don't give a fuck whether you support Liverpool. It's brilliant, because then we can talk about football and stuff like that and different things. Not everything has to be a big fucking argument. But what I've noticed, Finn, right, and I see this in you as well, when you're wrong, you apologise. And it's like, I'm very good at reading people, Finn. I've been doing it all my life, right? From an 8-year-old kid, I was switched on. I was putting Ritalin for nearly 3 years as an 8-year-old because I was having fucked up dreams. Right, Finn, on real talk, right? I'm half an hour into me live. Like I said, me missus is going to bingo tonight. She deserves a night out. It's like, but Finn, you imagine lighting a fire in your house and your brother and sister dying in it, right? And afterwards, bro, they used to come to me in me dreams on fire, screaming me name and all. You know, and that was another reason why I tried to end my life, bro, because I couldn't deal with me past, you know, and then I come across people like Pablo, and Pablo helped me. Pablo was like a big brother to me. You know, I've seen Pablo. I've never met him, but we've spoke on Instagram, you know, and he's been like a big brother and a guardian, and he's given me wisdom, he's given me knowledge, he's given me encouragement, he's given me support. And he planted a seed in my fucking head that saved me life. And I've been seeing doctors since I'm 4 years old. I've been sectioned 3 times. I tried to end my life twice, and I'm a survivor of suicide. Like, I've got children, I have grandchildren, you know. Like, when I was on that railway line, I was off me nut, and I just wanted to sleep. And because I tried to hang myself and it didn't work now, I had to keep this from my family for years. You know, because how do you tell your brother, I just tried to end my life with a rope? How do you tell your son you lay on a railway fucking line to get ripped to bits? And then they'd be left thinking me dad didn't love me enough. It's not because I don't love you. It's just like, oh, I'm just tired of being tired. I have horrendous dreams. I have dreams about me friends being executed in front of me. I've had friends die in my arms. You know, and I've grown from it. You know, it's like you grow in life or you don't. And I think my children played a big part in that, because at the end of the day, I've always wanted to set standards for my children. And my very first son, because I ruined my education, it's like I said, I can't let this happen. Now I either stay in Dublin and I carry on doing what I'm doing, and my son keep coming up to visit me in prison, or I have a plan B. My mother still lives in England with all my family. I'm going back to England. Made a deal with God in Mount Prison. If he gets me out with one of my eyes, even if I lose an eye, I have a spare one. So I prayed to God, listen, I know I'm going to get hurt, but please just let me survive, so I can get out and see my son one more time, you know. And people tried to come and haunt me, and they frightened the bollocks out of me, like, because I know what it's like to be dragged into a van, hood put over your head like this, look. Imagine being dragged in a van like that, look, and like that, look, over your head, hands cable tied behind your back. And I can't see them, but I can hear them, and I know who's in the van, and they are hitting me with this, with that. All because I wanted to be one of the boys. Do you understand? It's like, and there's consequences and repercussions for your actions. And there's a lot of kids out there that are very impressionable, and a lot of the older lads know this, and they manipulate the youth, the youngsters. And there's some kids, like on a council estate, out of every 10 kids, 3 kids will go to uni. 1 of them will drop out, and 7 of them won't bother with education again. Now, that's a fact. You know, so I don't believe in excuses. I don't believe in excuses. Do you understand? Like, fucking, we want the best for our kids, and I believed education was gonna give my son a better life than I had. You know, I was gonna take my son. Fuck you in your face. How about that? Cause Finn, at the end of the day, right, our children, especially our sons, wanna be like us, right? And because of where I grew up, and my son knows everything about me, bro. He's been up in Ballyfermot many times. He's met loads of me mates. You know, it's like, but I wanted better for my son. I didn't want him to lose his education. You know, my granny was very fucking upset when I got thrown out of school. She cried, bro, because she knew I was going to be a little bowsy, you know, and not listen to authority, you know, and she was right, bro. I rebelled, you know. I was an 8-year-old kid. They put me on a drug, basically, that's like whiz. And, bro, I don't like that shit, but listen to me. For 3 years, I had stamina. And when I moved up to Ballyfermot, I was still taking this medication, you know. And then I come off it. It's like, and it was a head fuck because my mind was regulated for so long. And then when they cut the dose out, I couldn't sleep for weeks. You know, I was only a kid. I'm Finn. I didn't know what Ritalin was till I was about 38, in all fairness, because I put it to the back of my head, but it popped into my head one day and I researched that I'm Finn. It's basically like speed, isn't it? I'm Finn. I'm going to bring him on because we spoke about it, right? I'm speaking to the devil. He's just texted me on Messenger, man. Finn, I grew up in Sherry Orchard around all the boys at the Red Wall gang, allegedly, right? I grew up outside my house where all my pals hung around, which were all the little brothers of all the Red Wall gang, allegedly. Do you hear what I'm saying? If we stepped out of line, we'd get a slap. You understand? Yup. We'd get a slap, Finn. And we all used to sit around the corner with a radio. And there was about 50 of us, right? But at a certain time, 5 out of that group, we used to disappear. And we used to go down to Whitey's uncle's Anto. Me mate, right? His uncle Anto lived in the house with his mother, and his mother had just died. So me mate, being his nephew, we used to go down to the house, but we had to get away from the group because his uncle didn't like some of the group that we were with. So shout out to Anto Larkin. And here's the funny thing. He was an Irish teacher in the Gaeltacht in Ireland, in Galway. It's a Irish speaking school, you know, and he was a teacher in it, right? Anyway, we used to go down there, yeah, and we'd all check our pockets, Finn. Right now, I'm talking from 13 years old, right? We'd go down here, and a few of us might have a pound, or he might 70 pence, and he might have 60, and he might. So what we do is we come up with the money to get a tray, and you used to get fried rice, chips, and curry sauce in a tray like that, bro, right? And we used to share it between 3 of us. So if we had the money to get 2, we'd get 2, and we'd divide it. We'd, like, you know, we'd share it with each other, butter a few bits of bread, a cup of tea, you know what I mean, a game of cards, you know. And he always let us come in, you know, because he didn't like some of the other lads, Finn. I could name a few lads who are dead now, who used to pal around on my corner. It's like, but I won't. But he didn't like them. So we used to have to I used to say, all right, I'm going in. So the group would move from my wall over to that wall. I'd jump over my back wall. I'd go in my house. Whitey'd say, well, yeah, this was perfect. So I live on the avenue, right? Whitey lives around here in the cul-de-sac, yeah? His Uncle Anto lives over here, right? All she had to do was jump over the back fence and run through an entry, and he's there at his uncle's, right? How are you, Fable? And I apologise to you again, mate. Honestly, I've got a few things wrong recently, and I'm not gonna make any excuses or anything. But I will tell you this: I do like seeing your channel grow, and I just want Finn's channel to hit 1,000, and you can help him. Good man. You know, cause look, I'm not gonna lie, right? Over the last 2 months, I've made a lot of bad calls. Okay, I've insulted a few people. I've annoyed a few people. A couple of people have unsubbed to my channel. And I want to apologise to absolutely nobody. No, I'm joking. Listen, I've got a few things wrong with people. Like with Fable, I got it wrong and he's forgiven me. So I'm over the moon about that, because I was like, he's a good kid, and I know it's like, you know what it was, bro? Listen, right? I'm certified psychotic and I'm on loads of meds, right? Just like yourself, probably, right? And I know you have insomnia. It's like, and like I said, I watched one of your videos, and in it I felt like you were going to give it up. And I'm like, no, don't do that. You know, hey, open up a TikTok, open up an Instagram, and combine them all together. Like I said, see, Finn and Fable are the next generation. And it's like I realised I was old when Fable repeated them words. We're the next generation, uncle. You know, and he's right. Finn and Fable, you know, are networking here. And Fable will probably understand that more than Finn about networking. Now, because of my channel, Finn come onto my channel, and then I tried to help Finn grow his channel, because I believe Finn represents the Irish community and Fable represents the English and the Irish. He represents every community. There's no division here. I've already told Carlton, listen, stick your hat up your arsenal. I don't want it, but it's a peace offering. So I'll say this now. Carlton sent Aaron a video. Aaron sent me the video. I looked at the video. So I've already said this now, and I'll say this is the last time. I've no issue with Carlton. It's not my ball. We might not be best mates, and I wish him the best of luck. He offered to send me a hat as a peace offering, and I didn't accept the hat, but I accepted the gesture. So we moved past that. You know, I was more bothered about Fable falling out with me, in all fairness. You know, because I see his channel grow, and some knobhead put a thought into my head, and again, I'm not going to make an excuse. It come out of my mouth, and I said Fable boss subs, and I was 100,000,000% wrong. I think I was a bit arsey because he beat Finn to 1,000, and I'll hold my hands up, you know, but the guy puts the work in. I thought, bro, I have a friend on here called Raymond, got manners. About 2 years ago, he come into me live and put in the live, he's going to kill himself today, right? Or something like that. And it worried me. I never even spoke to the man ever in my life. And I sent him a message, and all day I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat me dinner because I was thinking about this stranger I'd only spoke to that day. And shout out to Got Manners if you're watching, bro. You're still here. You know, someone loves you. And if you did anything stupid, you're going to upset a couple of fucking people. Now, here's what happens on channels now. Fable's a new channel in my eyes, right? And Finn, even though they've had their channels a minute, right? It's like, but they're the next generation, are positive, and they're not afraid, and they're courageous and brave to talk about themselves, their issues, and that's how you network. And when people listen to your story, there's a lot of people out there that have social anxiety. There's people out there have every mental health label you can fucking think of, and we all struggle. But know this, hear this, you only get one life, and I'm not going to lie, I've been bleeding really bad for the last year, and I've tried to keep it from everybody. Every time I go to the toilet, yeah, and it's wearing me out. It's like I have a tear in my bowel. I've always had stomach problems, but some days I do be on my knees, and it's not pleasant. And I still have I still have hell to come. It's like I'm too tired, and hear this, I'm too old and tired to apologise, or I'm too old and tired to fight with anyone or to fall out with anybody. And because I've been stupid and reckless and careless with me words, I got it wrong about Fable, and him and Finn are the next generation as far as I'm concerned. Simple. Whether I like it or whether I don't like it, it's a fact. Look at the numbers. I just want Finn to get past 1,000, and it's like, I know Finn and Fable get on. Fable taught Finn how to play a guitar. That's networking. Okay, I'll tell you what networking is. Networking is when you do a live and you find somebody very special in that life who you believe can go on to have not just their own channel, but to talk about their own struggles. And over time, people will come in. Pablo always told me, build it and they will come. Jude McDonald's, and I'm done. Fable's channel is the fastest growing channel in our circle at the moment. As far as I'm concerned, I've been watching. And bro, your growth is scary, but again, my apologies, because you're a good kid. And I don't mean to patronise you there when I say kid. I'm 51 in 10 days, I'm an old man, I'm a granddad. So yeah, you are the kid to me, even though you're grown up. Like my eldest son is 31, but like I said, sometimes I get it wrong, okay? And it's like you have to have it in you to give that person a sincere apology, especially when they're a good person. It's like you don't realise sometimes your words can fucking hurt other people or affect them when they're going through their own shit as well. Do you understand? So I'm old enough to know it's like what happens in a community when two people fall out and you get other people going into lives trying to cause friction and divide. It's like, and I'm not going to lie, I said a few bad things about Carlton, right? And like I said, I was very reckless with some of the things I said. And because I can understand someone with a balaclava on, I have a thing that I learned. The FBI use it, as well as a technique called the read technique, right? It's psychology, okay? It's like, and when you blink, I come from a place where men wear balaclavas, and one thing you wouldn't look for, see me, I'm on it. But I did say some bad things about Carlton to the point where people thought I was being racist. So I had to apologise to him for that, because here, you know what I mean? But Fable as well, like I said, Fable, you don't need to, but help Finn, bro. We both will help him. I'll ask everybody. Finn needs to get past 1,000. He deserves it. And when it comes to networking, what networking really is, if you grow a channel and you connect with one person or two people and you listen to them and you say to yourself, you know what, see with a little bit of direction, this individual could have a channel. Or, you know, Finn has gone from being not confident, not speaking to his mum on a regular basis, to ringing his mum, getting in the bat. Bro, you are braver than me. I'll tell you what, I am not getting in the bat on here. No chance, bro. I admire you for your courage, bro. I was breaking me bollocks laughing. I was like, and then that voice in my head said, I don't know what you're laughing at. I'd be like a whale in that bat. You know, big belly and all. Fuck that. You're a soldier, bro. That was gangster what you did. Right, guys, listen. Of 10 minutes, me live kept streaming and what have you. It wouldn't come on. So this will probably be my last live until tomorrow, because me chick is going to bingo tonight, because she works very fucking hard. You know, just like your Jade, bro. And they deserve a night out on their own, away from the kids, away from the man. You know, and me missus likes bingo, so yeah. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't realise how tough it is, like, for mothers. You know, they do their best and what have you, and sometimes they deserve little rewards. You know, I don't mind watching the kids for 4 or 5 hours, you know. It's like she raises me son, so. But Finn, Man United, right? V Arsenal. And tonight in UFC, Hamzat Chimaev versus Triple D, him from South Africa. I bet you Hamzat, alhamdulillah, Hamzat wins tonight. Inshallah, the belt is going around his neck. Tika, and if he doesn't win, oh, voila, voila. Nah, listen, Finn, our missus deserves a night out, you know. I went down to Mark's last night, you know what I mean? Down to me ma's, and Lisa stayed here. So it's like, nah, I'm joking. I've got a voila. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, listen, like I said, I hope she wins myself. It's like, yeah. So I have me cut. Hey, Elena, I have me cut off point after that spliff now. That'll be my last one. Till tomorrow, probably. How are you, Lena? Football's back tomorrow. Finn, did you see me? I did a bit of a live last night, right? You know that Russian? I don't know what his name was. I kept calling him Ivan. And me brother's like, bro, will you fuck off calling him Ivan? I said, well, he is Russian, isn't he? You know, Pavlos. I was saying, all right, Yuri, and fucking what have you. I was like, hey, what you think of Putin? And before he answered, I said, I think he's a cunt. And he went, I think he's a cunt too. I was like, yeah, my G. What do you think of Chechnya? He's like, what? Hey, Lena, I watched him take a bottle of vodka out of a nice bucket, yeah? A nice pot, right? A big bottle like that. Look, 2 litres, right? Open it. Get a fucking glass like that. And pour it in. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at the vodka going in. I'm like, here, bro, are you going to leave any room for some Coke or lemonade? He said, lemonade? Pussies. I was like, what? He said, I'm from Russia. No Coke. I said, no Coke? He said, yes, Coke. No, not that kind of Coke. He's like, oh, Coca-Cola. I said, yeah, that one. No Coke? No. He said, only some days. I was like, no, I don't mean that, bro. But it was nice meeting him. You know, like, I met somebody last night that I've not seen for a fucking long time, man. Yeah, it's mad when you bump into people, you know. But nah, they had a good night, Finn. And when I left, they all went to pub. They were trying to get me to drink, and I don't drink, bro. I made a promise. I don't drink, but like I said, look at me fucking eyes, man. Me sleep is fucked. I come on the other day like a zombie, man. It's like me doctor's not having it. It's like, so, yeah, I've come up with a contingency plan what to do. Because fuck this, I need to sleep. That's all I want to do. And the doctors won't give me a sleeping tablet. Plan B then. Or, like I said, yeah, justice for them. Yeah, shout out to Lena, and for that, hashtag that shit. JFT, KFT, KTF, yeah. But listen, like I said, I went down last night. My brother bought me a present. He got me a Louis t-shirt. You know what I mean? So I'm over the moon with it. But like I said, Lena, real quick before I go, Lisa is going to bingo. So I'm hoping she wins. You know what I mean? Do you ever go bingo? Oh, Lena, that's what I need to tell you before I go. Listen, you know that last link you sent me? Them hunter teams. It has to be the best one. Because it shows people trying to get off and kicking up, and I forget what the name of it is, but that one is my favourite. Like, these guys, they knock on people's door, and guys come out who are married with loads of kids, and this geezer has been talking to a minor. He's like, can you keep your voice down? My wife's gonna hear it. He said, your wife's gonna hear it when the police come in and take all your devices. Do you understand? It's like your husband's out there. He's arrested for grooming a minor under the... do you understand? Whatever fucking act. And shout out to all them, but here. Well, the one you sent me, I've been watching their videos and they're fucking brilliant. So shout out to you. Yeah, well, listen to me. I need you to do me a favour, right? You've overcome suicide. I need you to do me a favour, and I know you're not going to probably fucking like this, but I have to tell you, I'm telling you our love. We need to forget certain people without naming anybody. Now, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I've no issue with anybody, but what I'm going to do, Lena, is I'm going to put my shit aside with people because it interferes with growth. I want to see everybody grow, including you. If you're not sub to Lena's channel, Ayrshire Chick, can you do it? If you're watching this now, this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, the next day, sub to fucking Lena's channel. Do you understand? Because she's been here from the fucking start, basically. Yeah, I'm struggling at the minute. I'm having fucked up dreams when I close my eyes. Look at... Come here, can you see bags under my eyes, or is it just me? Be honest. It's mad, like, it's like, can you not see them? Finn, can you see them, or am I just... I must have some kind of, what's it called? Some kind of complex. You know what I mean? But anyway, listen, guys, I've done my hour. I'm going to go. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. And I'm going to play a song for a friend before I go. And thanks for coming in. And if you're not sub to Lena's channel, if you're watching this now, this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, she's an amazing person. She's a Rangers fan. It's like, and she's been a friend to me for ages, and Lisa. Yeah, shout out to you. Anyway, I am away. Thanks for coming in.
as we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail. I think about these past few weeks.
I want to show you something.
Say we failed from our school days. They have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. Then take me out to dawn and I will die.
Isn't that lovely, isn't it?
With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. Only I to share our love, for we will say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love,
Before I go,
to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men. My love for
there you
this
go.
dear land.
Is that not lovely?
But when Thorn called me to his side,
Ah, fuck off.
down in the
Here.
GPO, I had to leave.
Anyway, I told you, if you send me a prop, I'll put it up. You just don't notice it. You have to look for it and you'll see it. Yup, Vowsy. Then your shorts over there. Irish flag. And 2 scooters and Mick Jagger. Right guys, I'm out. Thanks for coming in. And I hope you all have a good weekend. And here, do me a favour, wish me chick a bit of luck, will you? I'd love her to win. You know, and again, shout out to me missus. I hope you have a good time tonight and I hope you win. Like I said, shout out to Finn and his Mrs. Jade. Shout out to Lena. 1 second. Here, shout out to my man. Fucking, what's his name? Aladdin. Or fucking, sorry, Hassan. My bad. And Fable as well, yeah. If you're not up to Fable's channel, can you do it? He's flying like a fucking glider, mate. And he's got a good story. He's got a good heart and he's genuine. You know, and I got it wrong. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of times we get it wrong, but there's not many people in the community when they get it wrong that are willing to apologise and fix things rather than carry it out and being a fucking dick. You know, it's like there's nothing to carry out. I got wrong information and I acted on it and I was wrong. I'm just glad Fable's still talking to me because it's like I like to see his channel grow and I'll back his channel, I'll back Lena's channel, I'll back Finn's channel, I'll back Jay's channel, I'll back Pablo, I'll back every fucker. You know, I don't want to argue with you because no one listen. Today's history and tomorrow's a mystery. I'm going to say this tonight. Hamzat Chimaev will be crowned the new champion in the UFC. He's going to fight that South African guy and new. And tomorrow Arsenal are going to lose 2-1. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you later. I wish me Mrs. Luck. We out.